I went downtown and I was thinking, okay, well, the police department knows probably that because there's this crazy police brutality thing going on that has been going on for a long time, but especially now it's really come to light with George Floyd and how the police are over like brutalizing, especially the Black community. So I thought that they would be careful of that. Like, hey, we're not going to show up in riot gear with our guns and everything because people are upset at us. So we don't, like, if you're angry with someone and you show up like willing to fight, you're going to get in a fight. Like that was on the police and Kellyanne. And yeah, so basically everything was peaceful other than there were cops everywhere. And then we entered an intersection, the main intersection downtown. And then I said, I heard police sirens and several large police SUVs pulled up with vans for arresting people, which it had been very peaceful up until this point. So why are there vans? They completely encircled our large group. What appeared to be two snipers emerged on the top of the Radisson, and police in riot gear jumped out of their vehicles and ran at the crowd in a line. One officer slammed a Black man to the ground, and all hell broke loose as we were afraid for our lives. And I was standing kind of back, but I could see this police officer just shove this man down, and it freaked me out. And I had seen on the internet all of these like white allies were going to the front so that the police would not hit the white people. So I did that, and I left my friend, who is a person of color, in the back because I didn't want her to get hurt by our police officers. So I ran to the front. Some of the officers had their hands on their guns, and one especially looked ready to use it. We chanted, "Don't shoot, don't shoot." I'm sorry, this is a little emotional. So we raced to the front, and then I was in the front against this police officer, and he just was looking at me like he was just ready to murder me. And we pushed back up against them because they were really pushing us, trying to get around us and towards the people in the like behind us who were Black. And I mean, we just were face to face, and it was the middle of a pandemic, and it was really freaky. And I just realized, like, if I had not been a white person, I think I might have been really hurt, like shot, possibly. And then the other thing, so after that happened, let's see if I have anything else. So yeah, and then eventually they retreated. At some point they retreated, and it just was ridiculous. Like, we're clearly protesting over police use, this police force, and here you are being even more forceful, which is not okay. And it looked like there were snipers on the top of the building. I like, what? It was peaceful. So that happened. And then from then on, I attended a few of the other protests where the police force was kind of more silent undercover, which I think was fine. That's a fine reaction, because then we don't see that there's this oppressive police force. So that's part of it. And then the other thing that I wanted to say is, I also saw, I was on Twitter one night, and then our community went viral because the police were tear gassing young kids. So I saw that. I was very disturbed by that. At that point, I'd stopped going to the protest because I was concerned that I was going to get hurt, particularly with the Proud Boys. I did not want to get involved. I was really disturbed to know that the police department, because seeing how they reacted to us peacefully protesting, that they would be pretty harsh on the Proud Boys if they were violent, but they just let them all go out of the parking garage without even stopping them, even though they didn't have license plates. But they did manage to arrest a member of the press who's Black. Go figure, right? Right. And as he clearly identified himself, and even then, like, it's just nuts. Like, you shouldn't, I don't know. But anyways, and then the other thing is, I want to say, and I probably can follow up in an email, but I know someone who knows a firefighter who is posting not a firefighter, a Kalamazoo police officer who's also a volunteer firefighter in another community. And he was posting some very racist, awful things on the internet that are not appropriate for a person who is policing a community to have those sorts of feelings about community members that he polices. So that's unacceptable. But yeah, and then the way that the city manager and the commissioners, some of them started to gaslight us, like, oh no, the police are great. They're really wonderful. We love you. Thank you for everything you're doing. Mayor Anderson was really like that, Jim Ritzma. But the thing is like, yeah, we felt gaslighted because we saw these awful things happening. And nothing, there was no accountability for the police, nothing. And then, oh, Kellyanne is retiring. Well, that's great. And then she's fired. That's unacceptable how that was handled. So I'm just not very pleased. And I cannot even imagine what the Black community in Kalamazoo has had to go through for decades. I can't even imagine. So I just think it was unacceptable how it's progressed and what happened. And there needs to be accountability. So I hope you guys can bring that and justice to our community. Thank you.